So a lot of you have asked what methods I've used in my recent sub 40 4x4 average I recently just posted, and in this video I will just give a brief tutorial and a few thoughts on this method. So yeah. So right now this method doesn't really have an official name. I guess it's just F3L plus 323 because that's pretty much what it is. So first step is just make one center. I'm going to make a white one for now. The next step is just to solve the rest of the F3L pairs like this in the centers, so that after we're done with that step we can go straight to 323 from Yao. So there's a lot of ways you can solve these F3L pairs, and there's a lot more advanced stuff you can do as well. So here's the classic way, I guess. Pair up a wing with a center, pair it up with another center, and insert it to create the F3L pair. So one thing you will notice is that you have to insert pairs kind of like with a U2, and because if you insert it with just one move, you're kind of messing up the center, so you have to insert pairs with a U2 like that. So here's another pair. You can create it kind of like this, put it into this slot but take it out and then put it where it belongs. And now you can see I'm inserting the pair through the back like this, and that solves this pair. Sometimes you can solve a pair directly into the slot. So here you already have the two centers paired up. Here's the wing, and that solves the pair. You're just aligning the pair here, putting it in because it's already in the correct spot. I could do the same thing right here, so I can do kind of a sledgehammer thing right here, and that would make the pair. Basically just putting this center piece right here and then aligning the center in place to create the pair. And basically you would just do that to the whole cube until you solve all the pairs. So here's another one. Already have a wing center pair. Connect it here and then insert it through the back. So I guess I can just finish this off. I'll bring out this wing like that, connect it to make a pair, insert it with the U2. This one's pretty nice. You can do a slice move to put the center here, so something like that. And then you create the pair and then you can insert it like that. And then last pair, let's do kind of intuitively, create the pair and then insert it like that. And we're done. So from here just do slice over and then create pairs. It's just standard 323 stuff. And we're done with the edges. So for the tutorial part of this video, it's pretty much over because that's all it is. Just make one center, make the pairs, and then 323, 3 stage, standard stuff. The only relatively new concept really is just the F3L stage, which is just pretty simple. Just use trigger moves to create these inner pairs and then insert them like this, and that's it. So I guess I'll go more into some more advanced techniques for this method. So I already mentioned stuff like this where you have a center and then you just insert the edge just like that, and that creates a pair. But the other stuff you can do is keyhole techniques. So for example, wing is in here, center stuff is in here, do a D move, insert this, and then put in the edge. You can also do stuff like this where you have the center already made and you need to insert the wing, and you have the wing here, just keyhole it in like that. So some other techniques you can use is inserting differently. So instead of making a pair and then inserting it, you can do something like this. You have something here, and insert pairs like this. This is pretty common actually. Also stuff like this where you have this here and then the center here, you can insert pairs like this and solve it. Also, you can take advantage of a lot of pairs like this where you have an edge solved and the center next to it solved. You can do stuff like this where you have something like this, put this to the side, insert these two together, pair up together, and then insert it together, and then do that, and then that solves the F3L like that. There are also a lot of shortcuts that you can find. For example, for this case, if you do it normally, it's going to be quite a lot of triggers to solve the pair. Like you have to do this and then insert the pair, stuff like that, which is annoying. So there's stuff you can do like slice and then insert the wing directly and then bring it down, stuff like that. So again, something like this, that solves the pair directly. Also stuff like this where you have the wing here and it has to go here, kind of like a slice, flip slice kind of thing. You can solve it like this, and stuff like that can make your F3L a bit more efficient. Also, you want to manipulate like the centers and how they make pairs. For example, something like this, the blue should go in front. We have the center wing here and the center here. What we can do here is something like bring the center to the front and then insert this pair like this, which is much more efficient than stuff like making the pair like this and inserting it like that. That's pretty inefficient. Also, this is pretty common where you have a pair that is next to where it has to go. You can do something like this, take it out and then insert it like that, which is not that fast. What would be better is something like this maybe, by using a slice move and then putting the pair like that to the right. That's a bit faster. Sometimes you can do this to the back as well, so this pair, just kind of make it like that, make the pair, and then insert through the back with R2B to R2. So instead of just taking it out and inserting it, just do R2B to R2. The final trick you can kind of do with this method is OLO parity avoidance. So pretty much trace the wings during inspection, even do the center in an even number of moves. Something like this. And if it's odd, just obviously do the centers in odd number of moves, and that way you can avoid OLO parity in general. Because if you think about it, you're doing a lot of trigger moves to make your pairs. And trigger moves, you're pretty much doing slice moves, undoing them. So you're going to preserve the parity for the rest of the solve pretty much. So this makes it a pretty ideal method to do OLO parity avoidance with. I guess the main con is that you're going to have a lot of inspection time wasted because you're going to be tracing the wings, which takes quite a while. And you can't look ahead too much for your first and second pairs. But in general, avoiding OLO parity is pretty cool. So if you want to learn more about OLO parity avoidance, I have a video on it. So if you want to check it out, it should be in the description. So I guess the main question would be, is doing this F3L kind of stuff worth it? And it's quite a complicated question. For now, I'm saying it's not going to be worth it compared to Yao. The main reason is if you're trying to get fast at 4x4, the resources are already out there for Yao. And this method's extremely new, I guess. So there's going to be much less resources on it. I know there are a lot of F3L cases that I do pretty efficiently, and there definitely could be a bunch of algs developed for this method, but for now it's not too developed. So Yao is probably better. For the move count of this F3L method, it's also a bit higher than Yao as of right now. Partially this is due to lack of algorithms and how all of F3L cases are solved pretty inefficiently. But with more development, the move count should go down in my opinion. Also, you're going to rotate a bit more than Yao, so you're doing a lot of these rotations. So that might make it a bit less attractive than Yao. But one thing that is great is that turning is pretty fast actually. Kind of like Ryu, right? So if you're doing Ryu, you have a lot of R moves, right? Wide moves and RR moves and less trigger style moves. So that kind of turning gets you to turn a bit slower. So although Ryu has quite lower turns than CFOP, most people still use CFOP because CFOP uses trigger moves, which is much faster. So same with this method, there's a lot of trigger moves which allows there to be faster TPS to be done. With Yao, there's a lot of stuff like RR, which might make moves a bit slower. In terms of OLO parity avoidance, which I believe is where 4x4 is going towards one day, I think this method is also going to be better because it's much easier to keep track of the moves compared to Yao because you're using, again, trigger moves. Also, one nice thing with this method is that after you do the last edge for Yao, you have to rotate, and that's annoying. And look ahead for 3 to 3 is not that great. But for F3L, there's no this rotation, and it's always this way. So you can look ahead to 2 to 3 pretty easily. So for now, I would say Yao is probably the better method to go with for speed because it's much more developed. But regardless, I still use this method. I think it's pretty fun. I get to avoid OLO parity with it a lot, which is pretty nice. And also, I do want to have fun developing this method and see how far I can push it. I'm not exactly sure how far this method can go. I'm pretty sure it could be sub 25 if a pro used it and got really good at it and maybe did OLO parity avoidance with it, but I'm not sure how much further it can go. But I think it's a pretty cool method to show off. Also, other than algorithms, I think there could be some more improvements to the method, such as doing more X-cross style stuff, because the move efficiency is also not that great of this method and it could be a bit better. So stop making more X-crosses could be the solution to bring the move count down. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully this tutorial kind of helped you understand the method and maybe you can play around with it a bit more and have some fun with it, I guess. I don't see many people switching to this, but it's still a relatively fast method. Right now, I'm faster with this method than Yao, so that's something, I guess. So yeah, thanks for watching and hope you guys enjoyed this video.